Ice cream, gelato, frozen custard. What's the difference between all these ice cream type products? It depends on the company making it, but generally this is how it breaks out. Ice cream is lots of cream with some milk, usually lightened with a lot of added air. The air content of churned ice cream is called overrun. That is, a pint of base mix churned with 50% overrun will result in 3 cups of ice cream. Most name brand varieties have at least 50%, up to 100% sometimes. When you see ice cream that's double churned, what that actually means is more air and less ice cream. Premium or French style ice cream has added egg yolks and has less overrun, so it's more dense and rich. And it's fair to call this kind of ice cream frozen custard. It's basically the same thing. Gelato is usually milky with only a little bit of cream, lighter to let added flavors shine through more, but some gelato has more cream in it, some of it has eggs, some of it doesn't, it depends. Churned slowly for less overrun. Soft serve is lots of milk with just a little cream and moderate overrun. Ice milk is a thing too, a very lean mix of only milk and sugar, usually with a higher overrun. These lean mixes often have cornstarch or milk powder added to improve texture. Frozen yogurt is sometimes just yogurt and sugar, but most often has added milk or cream with a moderate overrun. Semi-freddo is a frozen mix of whipped cream folded into a custard, or meringue, or whole beaten eggs, and not churned in a machine. Both sherbet and sorbet have fruit-flavored bases and are sometimes interchangeable terms, but sherbet is more like an ice cream with added milk or cream and a moderate overrun. Sorbet is pretty exclusively just water, sugar, and fruit with no dairy and minimal overrun. And then there are shaved ice dishes, vegan ice creams, all sorts of regional variations worldwide. The list goes on. This is by no means exhaustive. So what about the quality of ingredients? How much of a difference does it make if you use local fresh dairy to make ice cream? I tracked down some local raw milk and farm fresh cream and made standard ice cream. And I can for sure taste some grassy notes of the raw milk, but other than that, it doesn't really taste that much better. Certainly not enough to justify more than double the cost. Supporting local and getting fresh products is a worthy cause, but don't do it for flavor. By the time you mix it with sugar and vanilla, subtle flavor differences are negligible. My research of taste tests done by others also found that for ice cream, that small local farm eggs aren't really better than factory farm, and whole vanilla beans may not taste that much better than vanilla extracts. While we like seeing the little black flecks of seeds from vanilla beans, be warned those can be faked, or they may be real seeds, but already used to make extract, and thus less flavorful. I had to test this one myself, I was curious, so I made 2 half batches churned at the same time, one with extract and one with vanilla beans, split and scraped and steeped. And the end results were pretty similar. The vanilla bean one did taste a little bit cleaner, but both of them tasted like really good vanilla ice cream. I don't think the several dollars of extra cost for real beans is worth it. And I actually consider this an advantage for homemade ice cream. The fact that you can use most whatever dairy and eggs and vanilla you have available, and it's going to be pretty good. But I can stand by my finding that an ice cream machine is necessary. I'd never before tried the classic method of nesting a base inside of cans with ice and salt and kicking it around, but I found out that there's a custom plastic ball product made for this purpose, and I happened to stumble upon it at my local thrift store, so I had to try it out. I definitely see why churning machines came along. This takes about 20 minutes of vigorous labor, and the end product is pretty icy and not really smooth, so it's not worth it. Among my research, I saw a popular recipe for homemade ice cream with whipped cream mixed with sweetened condensed milk. This was super simple to make, and the end product is a decent texture, but the flavor is way too sweet. And it tastes like whipped cream and sweetened condensed milk. For homemade ice cream, we can do better. But I was disappointed in my experiments and tastings that mass-produced brands of ice cream weren't very good, even the premium ones. My taste tests also led me to try a fairly expensive locally made brand of ice cream, and my expectations weren't too high, but I was very surprised. I was blown away. This is probably the best ice cream I've ever eaten. It melts cleanly and it's perfectly smooth. It was way better than anything store-bought. So it's definitely worth seeking out products from local creameries if you have any. The information in this video only scratches the surface of everything there is to know about ice cream, but hopefully you enjoyed these fun foodie facts.